it on my fucking leg. You go to hell, bitch. Oh my god. He did it on my leg. He did it on my leg.
Philadelphia man surrenders after allegedly ejaculating on woman's
What
leg.
the What's up, Gooner? 'Cause I know you're a Gooner. This is the public gooning epidemic. I don't know what's wrong with you guys. Why you can't just go do your Gooner bullshit at home? You do it everywhere else. That's just weird, bro. You guys are something else, bro. I'm telling you. I thought public gooning ended with that one dude who self-deleted, unalived himself. What was it? It was like a Hooters, but it was like Dutch Bros. If Dutch Bros was Hooters, right? It was a place like that where girls wear skimpy outfits, and the dude pulls up. He's just jerking his shit, bro. Then obviously the girl sees him. He's like, oh, and then dips off. Then find out he got a wife and kids and internet bashment, and he offed himself. But bro, what the fuck are we doing, bro? What the fuck are we doing, bro? How y'all have no shame? I should just end the video right here.
Not make this shit up, bro. You cannot make this up. Oh my god. Philadelphia authorities have identified and apprehended Gary A. Miles, 35, of Southwest Philly in connection with an indecent assault that occurred at a Dollar Tree store. Local rapper Meek Mill contributed to the search effort by offering a $2,000 reward for information leading to Miles' whereabouts. His involvement highlighted the community's collective effort to address the incident swiftly. You know you messed up if you even got the rappers putting money on your head. Ladies and gentlemen, and whatever's left of our collective dignity, come here. We need to talk, because apparently being
don't come here.
is a trend now. We got people clapping cheeks in grocery store aisles, and I don't know if this is a result of some sort of weird fetish, but it's been pretty common for these spicy content creators to make content in public locations, for example like grocery stores. And the thing is, these videos will start all normal, and then all of a sudden you'll see some of the worst acting you've ever seen. Like, I know they're trying to sell some sort of like sex appeal or, you know, target the Gooners, but it really ends up coming off as satire more than anything else. And besides the weird grocery store behavior, we got people gooning in restaurant drive-thrus.
This is what I was talking about.
Good. Have you been here before?
Yeah.
Sir, you need to leave. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Call 911.
And I'm sure you might know who that is. That's Nautica Malone. I've talked about him on my channel before. He's basically viewed as like the progenitor of the public gooning movement. Yes, movement.
Our Nautica, art in Bikini Beach, Tempe, Arizona. Hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be church, on earth as it is in church land. Deliver us from the Gooner side. Amen.
Rest in peace, Goon Lord. Are you fucking serious?
Basically unalived himself after he was caught on camera masturbating at the drive-thru. And the third category might just be the worst by far, because not only do they goon in public, they take it upon themselves to take that extra step to make sure that it's a public location where kids are present. Ladies and gentlemen, meet NYC's blanket couple. So this freaked out couple obviously couldn't show enough restraint to wait till they got
people.
home, so this is what they did. Trying to enjoy a beautiful Sunday afternoon in NYC. Wow, look at this park. What do we have here? In the middle of the park, the kids literally roaming around. Didn't even bother to find somewhere that was more discreet. In a park, there's usually places where not a lot of people pass by.
Not under a tree, not near a bench, nothing. Just dead in the middle of the park, got a blanket over us, hop on top. That's insane.
Said no, we're gonna do it smack dab in the middle of the park where everyone is passing by, where in a park there's usually places where not a lot of people pass by. No, they said no, we're gonna do it smack dab in the middle of the park where everyone is passing by, where kids are passing by, and who cares who sees. You know, maybe they thought that that blanket was like the invisibility cloak from Harry Potter. Brief intermission, make sure you guys subscribe. We're almost at 100K.
If
Also,
you can't
subscribe to my
see, I
reaction
can't
channel
see
and
you.
join
You
my
can't see
Discord. We have
me.
well over 3,000 members. All the links
Come
will be in
on
the
now.
description. Appreciate y'all. I'm the type of person I probably would have went and like splashed them with water, because why are you scarring these little kids? Sometimes I wonder, where are those Karens when you really need them, because this will be the perfect time to make a scene, to really cause an issue. Now, there isn't a national database that keeps track of gooning and, you know, all the public indecency cases, at least that I know of. But if we examine big cities like New York, we see that there's been reports of an increase in public masturbation. According to NYPD data cited by the New York Post, there was a 51% surge in such complaints through June 30 compared to the same period in 2023. Additionally, the number of criminal summonses issued for public exposure of genitals increased by a staggering 396% in the same time frame.
Wow.
Almost 400% increase. In cities like Chicago and other areas within the Cook County, facilities operated by the Cook County Sheriff's Office have seen a dramatic increase in incidents involving inmates masturbating and holding areas, causing distress and harassment, especially for female lawyers representing clients in those areas. And there have been multiple articles that talk about this issue. Public defenders pushed to breaking point by masturbating inmates.
Oh my God.
How often is this stuff happening? Masturbation epidemic in Cook County court lockups raises questions about jail conditions, county budget, defendant rights. In Atlanta, we got a man who's been continuously arrested for indecent exposure.
Island right by Ponce de Leon. I spoke with a man who lives right over here in these condos. He says he walks out the door and right where I'm standing on this sidewalk, he sees a man exposing himself, touching himself. He's called the police. The man gets arrested and then ends up right back here doing the same thing.
Dude literally respawns, bro. That's insane.
I was in total shock. Like, am I really seeing what I'm seeing right now?
For 3 years, David Robertson has been dealing with this when he walks outside of his Virginia Highland condo.
You know, back in the day, public indecency was that one weird guy in a trench coat. You knew him, you avoided eye contact with him. And oh yeah, depending on where you live, there's also the homeless person who wasn't all the way there and would sometimes walk around completely naked. I think as a child, that's like the worst public indecency ever got. And of course, there was that one time when people were debating whether or not mothers could breastfeed their babies in public, but that's a completely different topic. But see, we went from that public indecency to now having couples.
See, that public indecency was, I'm not even gonna say better. But like, at least you wasn't messing with with other people, basically. I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying. Like, that's how disgusting it is. Like, you got, I can only quote the men, because we don't know about the women. But you got men out here. Back then, like he said, with the trench coat, they would just flash. That's it. You know? Now you got dudes. I don't know if you're walking around the store with your hand in your pocket and you're masturbating or whatever, but now you got dudes like the very first clip nutting on a girl's leg. Like, what? Like, actually, bro, I got a crazy story. I'm gonna make this so quick, bro. When I was working at Amazon, bro, I had this cool coworker, bro. I ain't gonna say names. I had this cool coworker, bro. She had a sister who was running, like, kind of just exercising, you know, outside, going for a jog or whatever, right? And, you know, she turns back, right? She turns back a couple times, but then doing a couple miles, right? She keeps seeing the same dude following her, right? So it didn't really hit her until it was too late. But then by the time she turns around, right? This final time she turns around, right? This dude is behind her and he ejaculates on her, bro. He ejaculates on her back, bro. Like literally her backside, bro, and runs off. And she just stands there. That's it, you know? But you know the fucked up thing about that? It's not even the fact that he nutted on her, right? It's not even the fact of that. The fact is, this dude was running naked for a whole mile behind her. Right? Crazy, right? And nobody wanted to say a thing. Nobody said a word. Nobody said a word until he on her, and then she turns around, you know, she's screaming like, what the fuck, da, da, da. And then, you know, he's running off, and then it's like 2 men to go try to chase him or whatever, and that's it. Man, she told me that story. I was like, I see why women hate men. I'm not gonna lie.
Spicy content creators, all contributing to the public indecency problem. We're seeing a shift from accidental nudity to scheduled programming. And a lot of this, believe it or not, goes back to pornography. Every day, the internet vomits out more explicit content than our ancestors saw in their whole lifetime. And everyone from young kids to senior citizens are all consuming this content. And senior citizens might be the worst when it comes to public indecency. There have been a multitude of times where I've caught senior citizens watching spicy content either at like a public library or just somewhere in public thinking that nobody notices. There's literally a bunch of proof online. People catch them all the time.
Next time you open your big stinking mouth, pal, I will write you up and send you to the office for coming into my room without permission. Is that clear?
Oh.
What I watch as an adult is my choice. You, as a child, wait in the hall until you're invited into my room. Is that clear?
Or maybe instead of trying to blame it on them being a child and you being an adult, maybe don't watch that on a school campus. And the public indecency slash
I literally had a teacher. I don't think it was my teacher. I think it was a friend's teacher. But like, you know how it's the desk, they sit behind the desk and then behind them is the wall and then the class, right? Bro comes up to me and he's like, bro, you won't believe what Mr. John did. What did Mr. John do? Mr. John was watching porn, bro. What? And you know their computer be connected to the screen behind them, to the whiteboard. So it's like, how? Bro, this dude tells me, I guess they doing some sort of test or whatever. When you're done, you walk up to the desk, put it like on his desk while he's sitting here on his computer, right? But you come at such an angle where it's like this, so to the point where you can see what's on his screen. Bro, he told me this dude was on X videos, bro. I said, that's insane. And you ain't say a word, you ain't report. He said, no, why would I do that? I ain't trying to get in trouble. I said, that's crazy. But yeah, some lot of weird motherfuckers out there, bro. No bullshit. What?
It's even affecting police officers on the job.
In Lake County, a case of distracted driving cost a deputy his job, but a sheriff's office investigation found he wasn't texting before slamming his car into a woman's.
Bruh, he's watching corn when he's supposed to be protecting and serving.
Justin Schecker got a copy of the internal affairs report and the body camera video from the crash.
The Lake County Sheriff's Office internal affairs investigation found that former Deputy Tristan McComber was looking at something not safe for work before this happened.
I'm sorry, you gotta be really lost in the deep end if you're watching porn while driving.
35, his body-worn camera captured the steering wheel airbag deploying. After his department-issued cruiser crashed into the back of another car. The video shows Deputy McComber tossing a cell phone.
He didn't even have us.
And then picking it up before he goes to check on the other driver.
Hello, ma'am. Are you okay? I'm so sorry.
Bro, I'm glad he got fired, bro. He wasn't even wearing a seatbelt. He's doing what we do in the hood.
Into the back of another car.
Look, immediately he gets out the car, bro. His seatbelt? Dog, look at his seatbelt, bro. It's already clicked, bro. He wasn't even wearing a seatbelt. That shit would have been worse, bro. It could have been worse, bro.
Picking it up before he goes to check on the other driver.
Hello, ma'am. Are you okay? I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
My brakes locked up.
Okay.
You good?
You know your brakes did not lock up, bro.
I was like, oh my goodness, wait. Yeah, I'm okay.
According to the new internal affairs report, the
bro, wait till she
the brakes locked up.
Wait till she finds out. she got in an accident because the officer was watching corn, bro. Bro, do you know how much I'd sued the damn officer for everything he got? And the department for everything they got? Nigga, I'd be rich. What? He's supposed to be protecting me. He hit me. And he was watching a man hit a woman behind the back. Get out of here. Get out of here. Fire this man. Fire this man. What are we doing?
Before he rear-ended the other car, stopped for a school bus.
All right, so listen up. State Farm was trying to charge me $197 for car insurance. No, thank you.
This deputy no longer works for the Lake County Sheriff's Office. We're told he resigned while facing termination. The Internal Affairs investigation found he wasn't truthful in what he was doing on his phone right before impact. Macomber initially stated he was scrolling through text messages in a group chat with other deputies prior to the crash, but the investigation found he was viewing something that is more visual and inappropriate while on the job. The report's conclusion says Macomber admitted to lying before later revealing he was looking at pornographic material on his personal phone just before the vehicle crash. Deputies found he violated 3 sheriff's office policies. He departed from the truth, used an electronic device for something that's prohibited, and there was substantial evidence he wasn't wearing a seatbelt behind the wheel.
Whoa, that's crazy, bro. So not only does he not care about other people's safety, he doesn't even care about his own. When people start moving like this in ways to endanger themselves and endanger others and, you know, put their whole life in jeopardy.
That's how I was like, bro, not only are you distracted driving, you don't even have your own fucking seatbelt on, bro. That is insane. And you hit a car. Imagine if he was on the highway, if he was going faster, you know what I'm saying? That shit would have been way worse. It's like, bro, come on, bro. Like, you gotta go, bro. You gotta go.
Oh, it's an addiction because they don't have any restraint. They don't have any self-control. See, when you're consuming a vast amount of sexual content, there comes a point when you become desensitized to it. Your dopamine system breaks. It's like if you tried to eat a ghost pepper every day and then after that, going to eat a jalapeno. It's just not gonna hit the same. It's the same with people who are over-consuming sexual content. It gets to a point where they become numb and they start chasing the next thrill. And for some of these addicts, that next thrill is doing something inappropriate in public. And even if they know it's gonna put them in jeopardy and it's highly risky, since they have poor impulse control, they're gonna do it anyways. Matter of fact, the riskier it is, the more they're gonna enjoy it because they're looking for a dopamine spike. And dopamine is basically your brain's feel-good chemical. Usually when you accomplish something, reach a goal, your brain will give you some dopamine as a reward. But see, that's only one side of things. When we start talking about these spicy content creators, it starts becoming more about clout because making sexual content in public brings those likes and views. And the reason it does is because it comes with a certain level of thrill that the audience who's desensitized is seeking. You know, this whole idea of,
oh, I got caught having sex at Walmart.
Whatever it may be, as long as it's just morally indecent. And of course, the spicy content creators try to make it seem like it's real. Whole time they got like a whole camera crew. But to the audience, sometimes they do believe it's real. And even if they don't believe it's real, they're still programming their mind to like that type of stuff. So what does that translate to? It translates to them eventually trying it themselves.
Yeah.
And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is how you connect 2 points. But no, seriously though,
I'm not going back for that. I'm just going back to make, like, you're only going to get us. That is insane, bro. This looks like a plane or a train. It don't even fucking matter, bro. That is
that right
insane.
there, ladies and gentlemen, is how you connect 2 points. But no, seriously though, all jokes aside, public indecency isn't funny at all. It's really disgusting. It can traumatize people, especially kids, and it creates an unsafe environment. And to be honest, it really signals a deeper issue within our culture. For anyone watching who might genuinely be struggling with this, please go seek professional help, because it's not okay.
It's not. It's really not. Like, please go get some help, bro. Please. It's not okay. All that public gooning shit, bro, we need to cut that shit out, bro. Like ASAP. No Rocky.